I didn't even want to make this video. I didn't even think that something like this would actually materialize and actually happen in real life. I thought that Arsenal could not be so stupid to even go ahead with the thought of actually entertaining an offer like this. But lo and behold, here we are. We are here today to talk about a certain player who a part of me feels quite sorry for, because really, I don't know the guy as a person. I have nothing against him, but I'm speaking primarily about Arsenal. And what I'm about to talk about is something that's been going on for so many years, and something that needs to be called out and be told enough is enough. Now, the thing is that a lot of people are happy with the fact that we are finally possibly getting our striker. We've been linked with Gyökeres. I wanted to make a video on that because that was the main thing that I wanted to talk about. I was something that was going to make me happy and make a lot of Arsenal fans happy, because it was something that we have waited for a very long time. But lo and behold, Fabrizio Romano had to come out with an exclusive news, and he himself has said that an initial bid of £50 million, 50 with 6 extra digits, right? £50 million for Madueke, Noni Madueke from Chelsea Football Club. How many videos have I made talking about the fact that Arsenal consistently always make deals with Chelsea and they always lose out on it, especially this summer when we were linked with Kepa. Now, Kepa isn't part of Chelsea, but he's literally a Chelsea reject, and even then I said we shouldn't get him. I don't want him. He's caused problems in the past, but Arsenal got him, and a lot of people are accepting of the fact because he was a backup option. So that happened in itself. But today, this is unacceptable. This is completely unforgivable. This is a sackable offence for Arsenal to even entertain an offer that gives them absolutely nothing. £50 million. You mean to tell me you went through the last 2 transfer windows and you did absolutely nothing last summer in terms of helping our attacking line? And I'm not going to count Raheem Sterling, in which I will go to him in a bit. And you didn't do anything in January, where you missed out on 2 very good attackers, guys that could have played in your left wing position or even provided a backup for Saka. Guys like Omar Mamouche, who's gone to City, and look how well he's been doing over there. He's gone for around 50 to 60 million pounds. And even Kavichi Kvaratskhelia, he went for a similar price. And look, they just won the Champions League as well as their domestic titles. And you're linked to a guy in Chelsea and you're spending arguably £10 million less for somebody with such a completely lower output compared to those guys. Why is it that Arsenal's scouting network is complete and utter dog crap? It's absolutely shit. That is it. That's all I'm going to say about it. For so many years, we've been dealing with this same old crap with Arsenal, always having to make a deal with Chelsea. Why? Why do they always put themselves in this situation? It's high time we call out the nonsense, the money laundering, the backroom dealings that they're trying to do with Chelsea. I don't know whether it's Richard Garlick or Arteta or the Cronkies and whoever their owner is, Todd Bowley, whatever. Maybe because they're both American and maybe they made some deal, or maybe they lost a bet or something like that. But the fact is, I'm completely stunned for words, the fact that we consistently do deals with them and lose out so much. You mean to tell me over the last 2 to 3 years we're going to be paying 100+ million for Kai Havertz and potentially Noni Madueke to come to Arsenal and provide absolute rubbish? Is this what we're coming to now? And this is the thing, this deal is doomed to fail. It's doomed to not succeed in any case, because a lot of Arsenal fans, I know that a lot of people in football and managers and all these guys think that they're better than the fans in terms of how they think, but you know what it is, we've been here longer than a lot of you guys. We've seen how things actually turn out, and we have a good prediction on where this is going to end up. Madueke is going to come to Arsenal. He's not going to perform very well. He's going to get booed out of the stadium, and then these guys are going to come back to us and be like, hey, you know what, you need to support the guy and he's part of our club and this and that. No, that's not going to happen anymore. You guys have had too many opportunities, too many chances. You bought so much crap over the last couple of years. Actually, no, not even last couple of years. Over the last 5 to 6 years, especially with all these deals with Chelsea, Gallas, Willian, David Luiz, Sterling. Are you mad for me to come here and actually continue to try and support you in your crap? And this is why I don't look at Berta for this, because Berta just arrived. I'm not even sure even he's like wondering what the hell is going on right now. I'm looking at Mikel Arteta. I'm looking at Richard Garlick. I'm looking at all the guys that are in that backroom staff in Arsenal, whoever the hell is there in the coaching network, and actually thinking that this would be a good idea, thinking that their fans would actually be on board to supporting this crap. No means no. Hashtag no to Madueke. I can't believe that hashtag was trending. And you know what? Credit to all the Arsenal fans that were actually voicing their opinions and actually being in unison. All the people, especially the people that were die-hard Arsenal Mikel Arteta fans, were saying, no mate, you're going a bit far, too much there mate, you can't be doing that. And literally a lot of people are in unison, because we all know how much of a crap deal this is. Because I don't need to talk about the other sides. I mean, do you want me to give you the stats of Kavic, Kvaratskhelia and Omar Mamouche? Or do you want me to even give you other potential players that Arsenal could get to play in that backup right wing position? If you think Arsenal are going to get Rodrigo and Eze after making the signing of Noni Madueke, just give up, man. I don't think you know Arsenal as well as I do. They're not going to do it. With a signing like this is the be and end all. This is the signing that they're going to give to us and be like, yeah, this is it, guys. This is your left winger answer after all of these years, after the amount of players that Arsenal have missed, especially over the last season in January, last summer, and so on and so forth. And they think they can come now and give this as a solution. Is simply not good enough, especially when you were linked with guys like Nico Williams and you've been talking about Eze, and hell, you had the audacity to even mention Rodrigo as well. And you think after this potential signing that they're going to sign them? Yeah, you're having an absolute laugh. And you guys gotta get out of the water. You gotta smell the damn coffee. If you actually decide in your brain to actually support this transfer and actually believe that this guy is actually going to be a good signing for Arsenal, he's not. And the fact that these guys are potentially agreeing a 5-year contract, that's literally how many years he has on his contract now at Chelsea. It's an absolute joke. So you mean to tell me, for someone who's been at Chelsea for 2.5 seasons, right? He's in the last season alone, he's had 32 games in the Premier League and he scored 7 goals and 4 assists in 32 games. And 3 of those goals were in the opening game in the season, where he scored a hat-trick. And then for the rest of the league, of the time in the league, he only scored 4 goals. And you think that's going to be the answer to play in the left wing position? Are you mad? Even if you were to play him in a right wing position, you think Arsenal are going to spend 50 million on a player and put him on the bench? Yeah, I don't think so. And with the fact that with that money you could spend that on so many other different players, in which I'll get into. But the thing is that with Noni Madueke, he's only scored 13 league goals over the entire time he's at Chelsea. Now remember, he's coming to Chelsea for 29 million and Arsenal are pretty much going to nearly double that amount. They went with an initial bid of 45 to 50 million pounds. That means they're willing to go higher. You're willing to spend more money on this guy who's clearly not good enough and who clearly comes from a team in which there's a humongous rivalry against. And in that tweet with Fabrizio Romano, and this is the thing that really did my head in, was the fact that they wanted to make a good relationship with Chelsea. Why the hell do you want to make a good relationship with Chelsea? Have you forgotten what happened with Ashley Cole? Have you forgotten how big of a deal that is and how much that literally haunted us for the rest of our time? Literally the tag that came after that point, how big that transfer was. The amount of players that left Arsenal because Arsenal wasn't a place to win trophies, other places was. That was one that started it all. And you think by signing all these damn Chelsea rejects, you're going to be able to somehow recoup anything in remotes to that? You're having a damn laugh. Arsenal need to let go. Arsenal need to stop dealing with Chelsea. If you're going to get a player from Chelsea, you need to get their best player. You need to get someone like Cole Palmer. That's what you do. When you go to a team like Chelsea, you say, yeah, I'll pay you 40, 50, give me Cole Palmer. That makes sense. Not Noni Madueke. And here's the thing, right? Even if Noni Madueke came as a right wing, it doesn't make sense for the price you're paying for him. It's not like, I don't understand. So let me get this straight, right? Last summer you were finding it hard to pay money for certain players. Then in January you didn't have any money to spend, but now when you do have money to spend, you spend it on players like this. Are you mad? Are you dumb? I can't believe, oh my god, I'm sorry I'm speaking in this way, but I'm just so angry with what is going on with Arsenal now and just some of the deals that they can make. Now yeah, okay, he's a left-footed, let's just break break it down a little bit more, right? He can be a backup for Saka. He plays more on the right wing. He can allow Saka to rest and rotate, and he is left-footed, so he could possibly do a similar job to Bukayo Saka. Maybe he can play on the left wing, but it's quite shown that whenever he does play on the left wing, he just isn't that good. And we've been begging and screaming for a guy to be an upgrade to Martinelli, and this is the solution that they came up with. And don't give me this crap about the whole transfer windows, you know, still available and this and that. No, I'm gonna look at the here and now. I'm gonna see what you've done today, and today this is the option that you've given to me, and I'm telling you, it's absolute BS. It's crap. It's rubbish, especially with the other players that you decided to link with as well. But there are so many other potential options, which is the most annoying thing. If you need a backup option, why not go for Johan Bakayoko? He's 21 years old. He can go for 30 to 45 million pounds. He's 2-footed. He can play on both wings. He is a decent bench option that you could possibly bring into Arsenal. He's young, good upside potential. These are the sort of players you need to bring into your bench. You can go for someone like Yeremy Pino, 21 years old from Villarreal, 35 million pounds, quick, technical, smart. He's versatile. He played in La Liga. I'm sure that translates to the Premier League. Before I forget, even Johan Bakayoko, he plays in the Dutch league. We saw what Timber done in the Dutch league. He can come here and do well for Arsenal. And even with other potential players like, I don't know, Ferran Torres, he's at Barcelona. Maybe he's not the standout player there, but we need a guy for the bench. He played in the Premier League. He's helped Manchester City win a title. He could do something for Arsenal. And before I forget, a really good player that I quite like is Francisco Conceição, plays for Porto, 20 to 25 million pounds. He plays it for Portugal as well. He's low cost. He's a great potential player. He is someone that can come to Arsenal. So you see, I've named you so many different players for a cheaper price, for guys that have better quality than Noni Madueke, and you're telling me that this was the option that you came up with, and you don't want me to criticize and literally insult your scouting network? You must be having a laugh. You must be joking. And not just that, the fact that you have players already in your team that could be a backup option to Bukayo Saka. You have a guy called Ethan Nwaneri, a guy that scored more goals than Noni Madueke last season, and for some reason you're not able to sort out his contract. You're not able to sort out his playing time. He wants to play more games. Okay, he's 17, 18 years old, but he's eager. He scored goals last season. It's shown that he can possibly do something for Arsenal. He just needs more opportunity, more time. And you weren't even able to give him more opportunities, especially when Odegaard was doing stinker after stinker because of his injury or whatever the hell excuse you guys want to give him. Really? Is this what we were trying to do here at Arsenal Football Club? You're having a joke. My God. I mean, don't get me wrong, the players that I mentioned have issues. Like, for example, with Johan Bakayoko, under pressure, he sometimes doesn't do as well, but he's a young player, he can improve. Conceição, injury prone, but 20 to 25 million, he's a good player when he's fit. A lot of these players have their issues, have problems, every player does, but I guarantee you those players are much, much better than Noni Madueke. How is it after 2.5 seasons that Chelsea are so willingly to get rid of him? And the fact that Chelsea are even saying to Arsenal, oh yeah, we want 50 million plus. Arsenal should laugh at their face, but you know what? We're in a bizarre world right now, and this is what Arsenal's doing with. And before I forget, 7 goals and 3 assists in the last 32 Premier League appearances. I mean, I don't know what to say. And do you think that Noni Madueke is better than Saka? No. Is he better than Martinelli? No. Is he better than Trossard? No. How? Like, I don't even think he's better than Ethan Nwaneri, and we're paying 50 million for him? 50 million initial bid. And this is why this is why I get completely lost of words. And you think I won't criticize Mikel Arteta on this, because I'm not going to criticize the other people that are doing this, because this is a trend I've been seeing for many, many years now. Many years. All these dealings with Chelsea, and for what? Because your scouting network is absolute crap. Oh God, honestly, I have so much to say with regards to this. And you know what, with Noni Madueke, he's just 23 years old. Maybe he has more upside potential, but it's not about that. It's about the amount of times Arsenal have been burnt dealing with Chelsea. It's the amount of times that Arsenal went for players that people didn't want, essentially, and been forced to support or doing this and that. And they think, and this manager thinks, that people are going to support him from after doing a potentially doing a signing like this, they need to press the abort button straight away, because Mikel Arteta needs to go into next season, whether he likes it or not, and he needs to deliver. And if he doesn't deliver, he needs to get out the door. For me, that was already last season. For some of the people watching this, it's probably now. You're probably looking in the season, you're probably thinking, yeah, Mikel Arteta this season needs to deliver. For me, it was last season that I had these expectations, because he's had long enough. He's going into 5-6 years. It's been a long time since Arsenal won a major trophy in the FA Cup in 2020, right? It's 25-26 now. It's been a long ass time. You know, I'm not going to go through the whole record, but he needs to read the room, and you're not reading the room because you want to make these very risky signings. These signings where you think, oh, if it works out, I'm a genius. No, you need to make signings that you know are proven, that is going to do a job here and now, and that's going to get you over the line. Because if you don't, the dogs are going to come out, the hounds are going to come out, and it's going to be quite bad. But yeah, that is my view on Noni Madueke. Like I said, I have nothing against the guy. I've never met the guy. I wish him well, you know, as a person and that. But I know how this is going to turn out for Arsenal, and this is going to be very, very bad. As a deal, when he plays, how the fans are going to treat him, and what's going to happen at the end. I assure you, it's not good. And there are so many options out there that Arsenal can get. I just named them now. You could probably, and that's the funny thing, with all the money, resources, scouts that Arsenal have, data analysis, and all these sorts of things, they still can't make good decisions, and they can't find decent players that can play for the squad or be a bench. Because let's face it, right, after 6 years in this process, what you can count, 12, 13, 14 players that are in their first team that are reliable, and then the rest are just there. But yeah, that is my thoughts on this video. This is what a mess. What a mess. Anyway, please like and subscribe. Hope to see you all soon. Bye.